Something. Something. Say something. Something. It's okay. Good morning, all cherished ones. I sincerely apologize for the technical hitches, internet delay, and all that has slowed us down to start at this time. But you know, it's about to break free. We are saddled with so many limitations. So that's why we have to break free. So believe we have to break free from technology too, so that we can enjoy technology as it really is. So once again, I welcome you all to the Break Free program. Break free, you can have what you want. I'm trusting that we shall have a free ride without any further technical issues. So the topic that we want to discuss is break free. You can have what you want. What a very bold topic. You can have what you want. So somebody will ask me, if right now I want a spacecraft, can I have it? The answer is yes. Provided what you want is what life wants for you. The wave cannot desire anything outside of what the ocean wants for itself. So no one can want something outside of what life as a whole wants for itself. We are all units of the thing we call life. Here on earth, we breathe in because there's air here. We're drinking, there's water. We're eating food from the earth, and the earth is solid under our feet. And we're also having the sunlight. These four elements come together to constitute life on earth here. And the earth is simply one of the small units of the solar system. In the solar system, it's a very small member of the Milky Way galaxy. Our star is separated by many stars in the Milky Way galaxy, the group of stars in the night. And there are over 100 billion galaxies in the universe, separated by huge intergalactic spaces. So, starting from you connect to the entire universe. Think of it this way. Every cell in your body is connected to every other part of the body. That's why sometimes a portion of your body itches you, and then when you scratch, another part of the body starts to itch you. So we are interconnected. We are all units of life. And it starts from you and everybody you meet. So everybody you meet is just the face of the infinite that you are seeking to see or experience. Break free tells you that we must be in some prison, in some chains. That's why we need to break free so that we can experience the fullness of ourselves. And it is so. What are we to break free from? Why is it that many people do not make it successfully? They have to struggle, whilst others are on the ladder. About 1% of humanity are on the top ladder, and the rest 99% are quite below. Only 5% of people can even travel outside their country in their lifetime. So if you have the opportunity and ability to travel outside your country, you are in the top 5% of the planet. Wow. So what's happening to the rest? First, let's consider this. This thing called life, this planet Earth, is spinning 1,000 miles an hour on its axis to give us night and day, and speeding around the sun at a speed of 67,000 miles an hour to give us the seasons. If these do not happen, there will be no life here. When you consider how heavy the planet is, and the power within it, the intelligence within it, is doing these two things, you will agree that there's a powerful force running the universe. And if it's capable of spinning the earth this way and speeding it this way, and the sun itself is also speeding around the Milky Way galaxy, you will agree that there is purpose to everything. And if there's purpose to everything, this power, with its huge intelligence, cannot sabotage itself. It cannot fail itself. And if we are its creations or extensions, then it can never sabotage or fail itself as any of us. Let me pause for you to think about that. Life cannot fail itself as you. Meaning that before you got here, you were already life's success plan, life's success idea. Capture that wisdom for you now. I'm life's success idea. This is telling us that life has planned you to be absolutely successful. Success is doing what you enjoy doing, that honors you and promotes life. And if life is doing all these, spinning the earth, speeding it, to ensure that there is life, then we must know that there must be a divine reason why life is doing all this. And life is using the earth to do this, and equally using you as a unit of itself to accomplish its purposes. Meaning, life has purpose. Life is using the earth and everything that the earth contains to fulfill the purpose. So you are here fulfilling the purpose of life. And if life cannot fail itself, it means you are bound to succeed. Simply put, we are here as success ideas of the infinite that we choose to call God, life, onyami, the unya na wa ming, unyanwa wu ming. Let me pause for a moment for you to think about this. So then, if life has planned you for success, why are many people struggling? The answer is simple. We are struggling because we have not understood the purpose of life, why we are here, why we are doing what we are doing, and what it's all about. Your problems, your struggle problems in life started from the very beginning. I want to repeat that. That your struggle in life started from the very beginning. We have disconnected ourselves from nature. So we don't know what life in nature, through nature, with nature is all about. And if we don't, then we are just floating through life. I say, your struggles in life, your problems, your struggles started from the very beginning. So let me first tell you that you are a being of nature. You came from nature, you eat nature, you drink nature. Let that wisdom sink into you and know that I'm a being of nature. My life, your life is run by nature. When nature commands you, you run to the bathroom. We call it nature's call. Nature calls you and then you run. You eat nature. You pee, poo, all in nature. You sleep by the command of nature. In the evening, around 5, 6, observe how birds are flying to their nests, and the animals, ruminants, are all looking for their spaces and places to go and rest. And humans are also driving or walking home. We are all obeying the laws of nature at the same time. But when we are disconnected from nature, we don't hear the voice of nature. We don't know why nature is doing what it is doing. And when I say nature, you will now agree with me that this thing called nature is the very body of God. To understand God, you have to understand nature. Now, if I were to ask you the question, that do you see me? You will say yes. Even if you're in the same room with me, the truth is that you do not see me. You are seeing my body. You are not seeing my mind. You are not seeing my feelings. You are not seeing my spirit. You are not seeing my sense of sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing. So truthfully, you don't see me. But through my expressions, you'll be able to say, oh, Brother Ishmael is happy or sad, or he's distressed in something. It's the same way that through the body of my body, you're able to understand me. And through the body of nature, the Spirit of God expresses through nature. And by hearing the voice of nature, you are hearing the voice of God. And when we are disconnected from nature, we don't know what is happening to us. So let me start straight away and start telling you why your struggles started from the very beginning. It all started from when you were born. When you tune your radio to Joy FM, you receive Joy FM. When you tune your radio to Peace FM, you shall receive Peace FM. Whatever vibrations you emit, the universe matches it. So when you vibrate Joy FM, the universe gives you Joy FM, Peace FM, Unique FM, or whatever. Right from the very beginning when you were born in struggle, with struggle and through struggle. The birthing process is with struggle, in struggle, by struggle. Even if you had cesarean section, is the same. The struggle for you to come out, the stress, the struggle to make the doctors decide that they must end your struggle by giving you cesarean or birthing you through CS for short. So that tells you that your life started in struggle. But that struggle is a divine struggle meant to give you the spiritual muscles for you to express. But you have lost touch with nature, so hardly does anybody understand what is happening. The pains in your life today are based on the pains and the struggles and the trauma you have experienced from the very moment you were born. So let me give you the case scenario for you to see what happened to you. Imagine for a moment that you suddenly found yourself transported to a strange place. Even if I say a planet may look round like our Earth. But you were in something and suddenly you find yourself transported to an entirely strange environment. For you to survive, you have to use organs and abilities you did not know you have and have never used before. So for you to understand that, I step back. The sperm and the ovule that started your journey can survive for only 3 days each. When they fused in your mother's womb, they lived for 300 days, meaning they have lived for 100 lifetimes or more. Pause and contemplate on that. Think for a moment what that fetus, all the way to embryo, really was, where it was living, the environment that it was living in. Think of it. For 100 lifetimes in the womb, think of the nature of the womb, the warmth, temperature, the nature, the silkiness of the womb. Then suddenly, this thing called embryo was pushed out into birth through the narrow canal. Your big head has to break through and pass through the narrow canal. It must be a very huge struggle for the infantile you, that weak thing that you were. When you were in the womb, you were receiving nourishment passively through the umbilical cord. You were receiving oxygen from the fluid through the umbilical cord. Suddenly, when you were pushed out into this world at birth, you have to instantly breathe. Breathe means the air has to rush into you. What do you think you felt at that moment? Among other things, you would have felt invaded. The air rushing into you. You never used your nostrils before. Even the air touching your skin may feel like sandpaper, abrasive. Because you've never felt anything like air on your skin before. The temperature you were feeling will be different and scary. So you have the sensations of fear, anxiety, tension. You feel disconnected, lost, thrown out of orbit, and think of the rest of the possible feelings you might have felt in that moment when you were born. Think of it. From the womb to birth, imagine it. And you will know that you went through huge trauma. And if we have not contemplated on this is not known to humanity, it means our parenting is totally wrong. In this huge trauma, think of the type of pains you would have filed in you. The fear, the worry, the anxiety. Let me encourage my technical team to make me see the screen fully so I participate. So think of all that you might have felt when you were born. You may not remember the food you ate a week ago. That does not mean that a week ago did not happen. So you may not remember what happened to you when you were born, but that does not mean that you were not born. Birthing happened. And when it happened, you went through this trauma. So the struggle, as I've told you, started from where? The beginning. And that has laid the foundation. In your psyche is a foundation of pain, misery, struggle. We call it the primary shock. What you went through at birth was a huge shock. And until you are parented out of that shock, the confusion, the worry, the anxiety, the fear, and the law that you experienced that moment was, I have to survive. You have never used lips before. Suddenly you have to use lips. Suddenly you are hearing things. When you were in the womb, were you hearing? You were hearing things, seeing things. Everything was and must be totally strange, frightening, lost. What you were seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, hearing were all something you were experiencing for the first time. What would you be feeling? Think of it. And even as I speak of it now, your freedom is happening. Because it is inviting you to begin to think about it. There's a way of parenting where when a child starts talking, you should encourage the child to start talking about when I was in the womb, when I was born, but we have not known that. There's a whole teaching that I can give you on that. But that's not for it now. Today, I'm to let you know that you can be free and have what you want. And what you want is what the universe wants for itself through you. If the universe has planned it so well, it means things have been planned for you to experience a joyful life. The struggle is a coat you've put on, and you can put it off. So, break free is about you going through your life and finding that struggle moment and the type of I'll say energy you planted in you in that moment. And we have the simple processes that can take you there to experience and re-experience you. Find that trauma and break free from that trauma. This trauma has become part of your psyche. So life is a struggle. It was a life of struggle. We have something in the Tree language in Ghana. I don't understand Tree very well, but it has something that says to the effect that agro besoa every anopatutu. If the play will be interesting, it will start from the very beginning. So right from the very beginning, what started you is still running your life. And that's what you need to break free from. So if what started you is struggle, that struggle is still running your life. And you can break free. Imagine what it will be like when you shatter the fears, the worries, the anxieties. At least psychologists and pastors will tell you you have to overcome fear. It is sweet talk until you know where the foundation of the fear comes from. And to go there and to erase it, the fears will always be there because you were born with it, in it as it. So that today, when even you are successful, you are afraid of success. So two things have been set here at the time of birth. The law was what? Survival. I have to survive. If I have to steal to survive, if I have to lie to survive, and that has been our lives till now. What is it that makes a man to do wrong against his will? Have you experienced regret before? Regret means that you had the ability to do the right thing, but you did the wrong thing. What made you to do the wrong thing when you had the ability to do the right thing? It is the trauma that you have laid in you. In our programs here, we call it CAD, the mental and the emotional pictures of pain that you have filed in you. Technical team, in case of anything and I need to pause, please prompt me. So I pause for my audience to wait and then I continue. And my audience, I still apologize because we are having lots of technical details. Well, it all started from the very beginning, the struggle. Yes. So that's where it started from. The first law running your life is survival. And then the second law that's running your life is disconnection. You're feeling disconnected from life. And from childhood, you're always seeking connection and reconnection. Because we have not heard the voice of nature, we have not known that something happened at birth, which has laid the foundation of struggle in our souls. And until we address it, your life will be a lifelong struggle. But that struggle was part of the divine plan. It was part of life. It has a meaning and a reason. We teach that life is about pain, but the pain is not about you. Get my 18th book called The Way Forward. Principle 1, the principle of existence, tells you that life is about pain. Pain is part of life's equation. But that pain has a meaning, has a purpose. Everybody in life wants to have a sense of achievement. How can you have a sense of achievement if you have not gone through the struggle and the challenge? So life is about pain, but the pain is not about you. Pain is about the activation and free expression of your innate potentials. And that is what you came to experience as the primary shock. A primary shock is meant to build you, to reveal the infinite glory, the God glory that you are here. Let me explain it this way. The cloud is the necessary resistance that the rays of the sun need to break out into the spectrum of their colors. I repeat, cloud is the necessary resistance that the rays of the sun need to use to break out into spectrum of infinite colors. In the rainbow, we see very few, but when you do it scientifically, such as allowing light to pass through a prism, we see the infinite number of colors. It is by this that you are able to use your mobile phone and talk to people in living colors, television, and so on. It's by this same scientific principle. So the light passes through the prism, the resistance. It breaks out its colors. So the light does not pass through the cloud to become a cloud or have a cloudy life. It passes through the cloud to break out the spectrum of its abilities. And you are here using this human body to break out the spectrum of your divine abilities. But when you have not understood the reason for the resistance, for the cloud, for the pain, for the trauma, your life is now defined by the trauma. Instead of you using the trauma to define the possibilities of your soul. Please let me pause a moment for you to think about this. For the most part, this is new information to the world. So I would like to go very slow, and I trust you'll be putting your questions, your comments along as I carry it on. I say the light needs the cloud to break out the spectrum of its colors. And you, according to the cosmic plan, you need that trauma. We call it resistance. You need that trauma or resistance for you to break out the spectrum of your innate God abilities. When you go to school and you complete with good result, you feel happy. You have achieved. Without the challenge of going to school, you wouldn't have that sense of achievement. And so it is with everything else that you have achieved in life. You celebrate your victories. In every story of victory is a story of challenges, difficulties, struggles that you have overcome. So you started life with a struggle, but you are not meant to be defined by the struggle. You are to use the struggle to express your abilities. I trust it is very clear now. But instead, we became the struggle. In other words, you allowed the struggle to define you. And no one has known these secrets of nature to know how to parent you out of it. So break free. You can have what you want. Is the program to parent you out of that trauma, that huge trauma, the primary shock. So imagine what the freedom would be if you were able to come out of this. Then came a second trauma. You coming out of the womb and meeting this first trauma of the primary shock made you to feel disconnected. You were in a cozy place. Now you can no longer have that place. In other words, you are now filing another law in your soul that I can't have what I want. I can't be where I want to be. I have been expelled. I have been thrown out of myself. And whilst feeling that, parenting from infancy to present time had been the installation of a huge spiritual negativity in you. That negativity is called no, N-O, and it expands into you can't have what you want. You can't be what you want to be or do what you want to do. From infancy to present time, check your life. You receive several impressions and programming of no, you can't have what you want. As an infant, even playing with your fingers, your parents will think that, oh, they are now dirty, so they remove them from your mouth. What were you feeling? Playing with myself, discovering me, being with me, and being stopped. I can't have what I want. As you became A toddler playing with the toys is too dirty. You can't have what you want. They take it from you. They keep taking things from you, stopping you from what you want to do or be. Sometimes even as a little child, touching your own genitals. Some parents may scream at you and smack you. Don't do that. As though you committed some crime. You're touching your own body. Think of the many times you've been told no. And imagine for a moment, in your adulthood now, if in a single day, you'll be told no 50 times, how would you feel? No, you can't do. No, you can't be. No, you can't have. How would you feel? But from childhood, sometimes you receive as many as 400 times of no, according to psychologists. Well, sometimes they don't say the no. Say, no, 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 no. No. Kwesi, no. So you say no. 5, 6 times in one go. And then they add, you can't do this. You can't have that. You can't be this. Growing up even in primary schools, you're playing with those friends. You can't play with those friends. You can't go to that home. You can't. So you can't do, you can't have, you can't be, have been the programming you've been receiving all along. Till even now, when even something good happens to you. Have you heard a statement before? It's too good to be true. When something good happens to you, it comes with struggle. And then when even it comes with a struggle and you even succeed, you tell yourself, it is too good to be true. That tells you how deep you've been programmed to believe and accept that you cannot have what you want. So when you get what you want, that one is too good to be true. Check your life also. Sometimes something good happens to you, you don't want to tell anyone in case it fails eventually. So the psyche is in you that it may fail. It may fail. And this is a very sad story of humanity. So the next trauma is the trauma of no, you can't have what you want. If you can have everything that you want, how would your life be? And what is stopping you? What is stopping you is the programming that has stalled you. It is like you are broadcasting. You see, you go to church, you go to the mosque, you have religious centers, you go to public speaking, great teachers will teach you and inspire you. And then over a few days, the inspiration is gone, isn't it? You return to square one. Why? Because fundamentally, the problem has not been addressed. Meditations are good. Prayer is good. Today we have mindfulness and other rituals. They are all good. But you see, they will not be fully effective. Probably they will not be even 5% effective until you remove that soul broadcast. Your soul right now is broadcasting, I can't have what I want. So in other words, if you are broadcasting to radio failure, that is what you are. Sorry, you will be broadcasting failure, and that's what you are going to experience. So I believe you're getting the story now. Underneath your meditations, prayers, mindfulness, and rituals, your psyche is forever broadcasting, I can't have what I want. Have you observed that even in relationship, your partner will tell you, no, you can't go to, you are a married woman, you can't go to people who are not married. You are a married man, you can't talk with women who are not married, and so on. So still, you can't have what you want is growing with you. Isn't it very sad? Yes? So that law is still running your life. So anytime you receive these statements, they are simply reinforcing an original seed, watering that thorny seed to grow as your soul. And that's what is happening to you. So they are always choking the seeds of your desire. Your desires cannot grow. Your prayers cannot grow into fruition. So as you can see, this is another huge card, as we call it. The word card, C-U-D, is our own construct. Ruminants eat hurriedly. Then when they are relaxed, they chew their card. Humans, as usual, will say, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word. We eat more of information or word than food. Every second in your life, you are processing some information, even when you are asleep. So we eat more of information. And when the information of you can't have what you want, have been filed in you from infancy and reinforced every moment, what is your foundation? Your foundation is you can't have what you want. You are broadcasting this unknown to you. And let me share with you the third block. And I'll give room for your questions, your contributions. If you can imagine you free from these two blocks alone, what a huge different you that would be. In the third block, when you were born, once again, it started from the beginning. When you were born, you were given a name to identify you. Of course, we cannot live in life without giving names or identities to things. This is a glass of water. So this glass has an identity. So we all need identities to define us and to know how we can interact with the world we are living in. So at birth, you were given a name to identify you. Since then, you have picked on many other identities to define you. When I took the glass of water and drank, I am not called glass of water. But in our lives, we've picked on several identities. Believe me, the greatest problem of humanity is in our identity. Muslim, you feel superior to the Christian or the Hindu, and so on. So you see, all of these identities have got their entitlement. They give you a sense of title, and the titles make you feel entitled to something. For who and what I am, I'm entitled to certain favors, to be treated in certain ways. I travel first class, it's an identity. I travel in economy class, it's an identity. You see, so we have so many identities. Then you have even social identities, your status in life, where we come from. I'm the managing director, I'm the head of state, all of these status positions. And all of these gives you a sense of identity till you no longer know who and what you are. We also have even psychological identity. I'm smart. Just because you were first in class, I'm smart. And then you want to lord it over everyone. There are many smart ones who come out eventually and they are
poor in their pockets, and the so-called non-smart ones could be making it. We all have our values. So your ability to get 100% in mathematics does not define you. It doesn't. So we are defined by our mental and emotional states. Then you define yourself also by your physical state. I'm short, I'm tall, I'm beautiful. See, I got beautiful shape. 32, 30, 32, 30, 32, or 36, 32, 36, something. Shapely feminine body. Or I've got six-pack. I'm a he-man. The things we do to have certain identities, to be recognized in certain ways, are many. Even if you are beautiful, did you create it? Why and how can that be your pride? Then we also have financial identity. Sometimes your career itself becomes your identity. I am a medical doctor. I am Professor so and so. That is your career. It is not what you are. It is what you do for daily bread. It is not what you are. But in your life, when you are stuck with a career identity, your career now defines you. So, you need to be free from your identities. One of the greatest problems hunting the world is identity. And the problem it causes is respect. She didn't respect me. He didn't respect me. Meaning they fought or they did something contrary to what they must do with my identity. So you realize that identity is a huge problem. Very huge problem. Now, when you are defined by all of these identities, spiritual, social, psychological, physical, financial, location, identity, and so on. Hey, I've been to Europe several times. Hey, I've been to Africa several times. Meaning you are somebody super special, identity. In the plethora of these identities, the soul is lost to its cosmic identities and the possibility of its cosmic identity. In what way do you recover? This is what the break free is about. So it's about enabling you, giving you the nature tools, nature spiritual tools to know how to reclaim yourself, break free from these identities, the primary shock that I cannot have what I want to broadcast, and then your life identities. So you can step into your true identity and experience your cosmic possibilities. When these three are done, you are truly free. Then you will begin to live a declarative life. Then you begin to define you according to the universe that brought you here. Then you begin to ask you, how have I arrived here? Did I bring myself here? I did not bring me here. I could not afford not to be here. And I cannot resist exiting from here. In this time and space from birth till now, I'm in the window of eternity. And in this window of eternity, I must simply participate with nature for nature to do what it is seeking to do with and through me. Then you begin to live your life not according to you, but according to what has brought itself here as you. The wave did not bring itself. It emerged as the action of the ocean. And you did not bring yourself here. The action of the entire universe has made you possible. So you are here by the collective power, wisdom, love, joy, beauty, and order of the entire universe. So come to that awareness. And you begin to awaken to your declaration. So when you say that, I'm here by the power of the universe, you know it is true. You have the clear evidences. You live evidential life according to nature, and your life will be success ever unfolding and ever evolving. This is what the break free is all about. And in late June or early July, you will soon get to know, the book will be coming out. The break free book will be coming out. And I'm moving to the United States in the month of ending April. In fact, at the end of this month, what date would it be? Let me say 23rd. I'm speaking in Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles. For those of you who know that the place, start driving there, start flying there. I'm speaking in Agape, one of my sister centers in the United States. In fact, my central sister center. And I'll be doing workshops on Break Free in Pasadena and in Oakland, all in California. If you can feel the power of this program, if you can know the seriousness of this, and know that human beings are all in the chains of these three powerful forces, traumas. So, for you to be free, even if you are in India, take the plane and start flying to California now. On Facebook, on YouTube, we put so much information there for you to know where I'll be speaking and doing this workshop. The workshop will give you the full opportunity to participate practically in nature's spiritual program to free yourself from the primary shock, and you free yourself from the I cannot have what I want to broadcast, and finally from the life identities that are defining you. With this, you live your declarative life. I'm going to pause so you ask your questions, bring in your contributions, and at the end of it, I'll take you through a short session to take you to the steps towards your freedom. A session you can use and repeat several times so you start experiencing your free freedom even from now. Be with me in a short while. shock. This is what I could say about it. I believe you've heard it all from the very beginning already. You see, we've taken it for granted that are giving birth. As soon as the mother gives birth, you know the joy, and that is it. Problem is over. The child is taken home, and the father feels very good. I'm now a father. That's all. And we have ignored. How can we take it for granted that you went through such a trauma and it is normal, and you must live normal life after that? When people go through huge traumas, they go to see psychologists to be aided. So think of your life. Now, as an infant thing there, you've gone through this huge trauma, and everybody takes it for granted? No. This is where I say we are not listening to nature. Because if by our lives, when we go through any trauma, we sometimes need psychological support, how much more what you went through when you were born? Just because we have not heard the voice of nature, we have not known that something happened that need to be addressed. And this is what the breakthrough is now. This is a huge revelation for humanity. And we are going to show you the techniques for breaking through. I'm reading this one from the screen. It says, "Thank you, Brother Ishmael, for your wisdom. I feel honored to have met you live. God is great. Please have more live sessions. We need you." I think GR Confidence or something. GB Confidence, but confidence spelled with K. And thank you also for thanking me. Thank you. For you to have met with me, it means you are part of the team. And you must join us if you are in Ghana, fellowship with us, and start learning. So you can also be a voice to teach the world this simple secret. Free humanity. And I want all of us to know that we are part of the team. Thank you for the question, and I trust the answer supports. Quick questions, contributions, please post them on. Oh, I'm sorry, somebody said lost sound. So somewhere during the program, you lost sound for a moment. I trust you got the sound back, and I trust that you didn't miss much. And I will also see how, after this program, we'll put it there, because we are doing a video recording, so we'll put it out there and send you the link so that you can go and watch it. Because with that one, there's no break. So you want me to give some further I'm waiting for something from my technical team. Give me a moment. Oh, I'm reading something beautiful from Aquantufor Radio UK. And it says, break free from the many identities that are not you and live from your cosmic identity. Thank you. That is it. Everybody now has over maybe 200 identities. You pick which to use. And at the end of the day, you don't know who and what you are. Because each identity is a title. And titles have a way of making you feel entitled. Then they bury you under the weight of their entitlement. So break free and live your life. Let me give you some simple experiments. Right now, mention your career, such as medical doctor, and state it a few times. I am a medical doctor. I am a medical doctor. I am a medical doctor. Then pause for a moment and just put it this way. Say, I am a cosmic medical doctor. I am a cosmic medical doctor. You will observe difference in your energy. When you say I'm a medical doctor, it's what you do, but the moment you realize that you are not just a person, you are a divine idea of the infinite from the cosmos, and you added that, you will instantly feel a new power connected to your source. In the workshop, we'll give you more of those tools and take you through practical sessions for you to connect to your source power, so that when you make that statement that I am source power medical doctor, you will capture the energy. Right. So, a question here is that powerful session. Thank you, Daddy, and thank you for thanking me. And from the same person, Hubert Aporte says, how do we identify the cosmic vision for our lives? And that's a very beautiful one. The truth is that you are living your cosmic vision now, but you do not know. You are living your cosmic vision. But because you are in the trauma, the cosmic vision is mixed up and tabulated with all of these three major trauma. So when you free yourself from these three major trauma, the primary shock, the I cannot have what I want, broadcast, and you free yourself also from the plethora of identities, the purpose now comes out naturally and easily. So get yourself out of the prison, and the rest will flow very easily to you. Because the infinite cannot fail itself. So it is still working with you. If you don't break free now, it may take you a few other incarnations, maybe some 200 incarnations, and I say a few. Yes, some can spend as much as 1,000 incarnations going through birth and rebirth to find themselves. But you cannot break free now and start living the life you were meant to live. And let me read this from Yofi Ankara, who says, in what way do you find your dominant identity, and how do you break free from them? I believe I answered that your dominant identity is already with you. Your life purpose is already with you. In the workshop, you will have some few keys to take you into it easily. Maybe I may one of these days get yourself ready. One of these days, when we've resolved all the technical problems, I'll be taking you through these workshops online, directly like this. So you may think of that possibility, because the planet is really backwards, and I am here to help the planet and humanity to recover. So that's why I've been empowered with this sacred knowledge and to teach it to the world. Again, I'm reading from Hubie Kokwate. She says, breaking free makes you unstoppable. Yes, because you were created already as an unstoppable, indomitable divine presence. What is stopping you are these. So now, we're simply taking you through to free yourself, and the rest will be easy. I've just been passed on information from one of my technical teams, and the person on AC on Instagram says, I struggle when I close my eyes to imagine or visualize during spiritual practices. I love that. And there will be several reasons for that. Some people have so much fear that closing their eyes is frightening. They go into the unknown. When you experience the primary shock, you came into the unknown. And now, when you ask you to close your eyes, it's like being reminded to be thrown into the unknown again. So many souls get frightened when they close their eyes. And again, when you are told to visualize, many people have problem visualizing. But visualization simply means I see this handkerchief and I can see the lines. And I close my eyes and I say, oh, the handkerchief is still there. And I'm seeing those lines. That's all visualization is about. But primarily, people who have problem with visualization is because there's some fear somewhere in their psyche. And when you do this, and you clear yourself, the fears will be gone. Let me read another one from Up 4. Once again, say, you are what powers you to do whatever you are able to do. That is your identity. This is great wisdom. You are what powers you to do whatever you are able to do. And this is the truth of life. Yes. Whatever you are able to do, what powers you? Do you do things by your power? Do you think even by your power? Do you breathe by your power? People think that they breathe. The truth is we don't even breathe. Life breathes you. Life breathes you in and out. So, I love that statement. So whatever is powering you is what you are. But we've forgotten that we are connected to what powers us to be able to do things. The primary shock disconnected you. You are still in the disconnection. So you've forgotten that your ability to even think is from the universe. The creative love intelligent universe. Yeshua, who the world now calls Jesus, said something. That I can of my own self do nothing, but that the Father will within me. I can of my own self do nothing. Is huge revelation. You must come to that, to realize that what powers you and does things in and through you is the entire universe itself. When that becomes your awareness, your life is totally different. You are in the success zone. Any other? Somebody on line saying sound off again, please. So technical team, please address it for my families. So let's see what else I have. Ishmael Solomon is saying, God bless you, Daddy, for this amazing teaching. And thank you. Thank you for discovering it. It takes greatness to recognize greatness. And for you to know that this is amazing, you are an amazing person. And we are here to reveal these secrets of nature to life. Let's reconnect with what powers us. Thank you for your comments. Now there's a question, and the question says, how can you know that you are really free? Let me answer this very simply. When you are thirsty, you feel in the prison of thirst. When you drink water, how do you know that you are no longer thirsty? You will feel the freedom of thirst. You're no longer in the bondage, and you will experience it naturally. No one will tell you. So, there is a question again from radio, 24 radio. It's tempted to ask, where do you get these priceless wisdom? But guess you will say, what powers you gives you that? You've answered rightly. You've answered rightly. And let me put it this way. Africans especially, meaning I feel pity for Africans. Our ancestors taught us all these. And we have denied this and followed some religions that have been manufactured by human beings. So we are disconnected from nature. Our ancestors lived by nature. To them, there's no God and anything. God is everything. God is the one life. And without the air, there's no life. So to our ancestors, God is the air. Similarly, without water, their crops wouldn't grow. So God is the water. And similarly, the earth, the sun are all extensions of God. So they were connected to nature, and they could practice listening to nature. When they do ban on drumming, the elders go into silence to listen to nature. You have allowed foreign powers to negate you, to believe that everything African is evil. So you've thrown these away instead of developing them. And that's where we are having the problem now. So we are returning to nature. This thing called nature is intelligence. Powerful, purposeful, spontaneous. You don't go to pray for the next breath. The breath is spontaneously at the tip of your nostrils. So know that your infinite good is at the tip of your nostrils even now. And that's one master key to take with you. So check if there are any more. If not, then we can be bringing it to a close. And I'll take them through the session. Right. Ishmael Solomon says, can't wait to get a copy of this wonderful book. Yes, wait for it. June, around end of June or first week in July, it will be launched officially. And you can have your copy. And I'm reading from Festus Mills, who say, God bless you. How does fear constitute identity crisis? Fear is the restriction you seek to put on yourself. Anger is the restriction you seek to put on other people. And of course, when in the primary shock, you were thrown out of yourself, you had fear. And with that fear now becomes what is describing you. So everything else other than yourself has become something that is important to you than yourself. So there are people, fear comes in various shades. Worry is a shade of fear. Anxiety is a shade of fear. Caution or overcaution are all shades of fear. And you find somebody even telling you, as for me, I'm a warrior. Meaning his or her identity is to worry. It has become natural to his or her nature. When you free yourself from fear, you realize that anger, hatred, fear, and all of the so-called negative emotions are all also part of the divine. They are all part of nature. But if you don't know them, you wouldn't know how to use them. So they use you instead of you using them. You see, in nature, nothing is a waste. The weeds are as important as the seeds. So you can turn the weeds into manure to grow your seeds. And when you understand that spiritual principle, and you know how to harness even your fear, the anger, hatred, and the jealousies, all as spiritual energies to grow your desires for right relationship, love, joy, peace, harmony, and financial abundance. For example, if you don't hate your state of lack, limitation, and mediocrity, if you don't feel angry with your state of lack, limitation, mediocrity, and sickness, you wouldn't rise. The aeroplane needs that force to push it up, and you need the force of anger to push you up from the state of inertia, that mental laziness. Right. So, I saw something that we're going to read on the screen. If I think that thing can bring it back to me, so I can read. Right. So David Kuma says, thank you, Daddy. And then we have Ifwa Asentua Ahoga Dofia says, Dr. Tete is huge in wisdom. Thank you for sharing this awakening. And I'm grateful that you have recognized Dr. Tete is huge in wisdom. And that's because that's what you are. It takes one to see one and know one. Thank you for sharing. And then Ni Adama Kwao Sampa says, here with you, Guru. Oh, thank you for being with me. Kari Renikal says, thank you. Thank you very much also for thanking me. Right. I can see Kari Renikal is down again. If there's something she's saying that I can support. Please, the voice has stopped. Powerful session. Thank you, Daddy. I'm here having Hughie a lot. And look, please don't go too fast. She's saying something else. Breaking free makes you unstoppable, right? Okay, thank you. There's something, go up please, so I can read. Pause there. Thank you, Daddy, thanks so much. But can someone say the primary shock has caused so much harm than good? It's difficult to answer this. The primary shock is meant to cause so much good. And because we have not understood it, it has caused so much harm. Now you are describing yourself by the fear, the anger, the frustration, the sense of loss, the survival. Why do people kill? Why do people murder? Why do people steal? Why do people hate? Why are people jealous? To survive. Survive. In the midst of plenty, we are still hungry. And when we break free, we realize that life is abundant. And for example, in the womb, for the 100 lifetimes, you were receiving oxygen rationed. When you came out, you received oxygen in abundance. So from rationed oxygen to abundant oxygen must give us the value of stepping into abundance and having and experiencing more. But because we have not understood what happened to us, we are defending ourselves by the pain, the anger, the frustration. So even in the midst of the abundance, we are still crying for air to breathe, water to drink. So yes, it has done so much. So, and as many as are on the planet who do not know this knowledge of the primary shock, it has done them great harm. And I was part of the great harm. I was in it until I broke free. You can see from my eyes, this man has broken free. He's always in joy. He's always in himself. Nothing that anyone does or say puts him down. He's forever flying. Thank you. Now, if you scroll up, I believe I can read something. Okay, is there something for me to read? I can't see it clearly. Let me scroll it up. Or you put it on the phone for me, so that we can round up with yours. Again, that was coming from Instagram. So you can go to that one and copy that one for me. Your camera has blocked me. Your camera with which my family is seeing me has also blocked me. So that one says, think of children who are lost in wonder and play. Open and playful. They download immediately ideas for games, play, creativity, building projects of art. Their hearts are open. And that is from Western Hudson, I think. Western Hudson. Right. Yes. Now, if they are not supported to continue to participate in the wonderment, the magic, and the mystery of life, the primary card, the primary shock will take over as they are growing, because when we start having situations and events that make us to feel disconnected, slowly we start keying in to what we have failed, to what we have failed in, because to the child, to the embryo, it has now failed. Let me give you a simple scenario. A child goes to the room after experiencing the primary shock. A child goes to the room and the child puts on daddy's shoes, clothing, or mommy's shoes, clothing, and dress, and comes out. Let's imagine the child is called John. So John comes out to the living room and the parents are sitting and they see John dressed like daddy or mommy. What would they usually do? Oh, John, look at you, cute. Look at what you have done. Oh, John. And then you affirm the child. And you know, in doing so, you have destroyed the child. The child putting on mommy's shoe, daddy's shoe, was actually broadcasting something. It's actually saying, I feel disconnected from this group. Because when the child was in the womb, it was feeling the feeling of the one. receiving nourishment from the one, living by the one. Now it is out. It is seeing human beings like aliens. So it is still asking itself, am I still one with the one? First it was in fear. Now it feels some comfort with one or two human beings and want to just stick with them. Some children, you want to pick them and they don't want to come to you, because this is the only place they feel comfortable. So the child went to the room to become daddy, hoping that when I am daddy, I will be noticed, I will be accepted as being one with the one. And when the child came out and then you affirm the child now believes, I am seen, recognized and noticed when I am daddy, when I am somebody else. And from that time, the child is seeking to be like somebody else. Now lost to his or her own cosmic identity, he or she is now seeking other identities in other people from other places. The child now loses touch with the wonderment of his or her soul. And this is where parenting comes in. One of my works is called Growing the Empowered Child, the Formula for World Peace. That book is on Amazon. You can get that book and start studying how to parent your children from the womb all the way through birth. I trust that helps. So, I'll be bringing this to an end soon, and you must get yourself ready. I will encourage you to always join our church services online, Ethereum Mission. I'm the founder of Ethereum Mission. I did introduce myself from the beginning, so let me tell you, I'm a universal citizen. I come from Africa, and nature is my teacher. Founder of Ethereum Mission, the Center for Spiritual Empowerment and Life Mastery. I'm very proud of all of my disciples who helped me with great analysis till we bring this out to the world. We have programs that telecast every Sunday. So Sunday from 10 a.m., that is GMT, log in and listen to Ethereum Mission broadcast teaching on YouTube and Facebook, I believe. So do that. Okay, when you go to my YouTube page, there's a lot of teaching in there. You know, there are people who tell us you have to do SEO, do this for people to see you. We don't have probably the time to do any of this. If you are listening, please tell your friend to tell somebody that the great teaching is here. I told you I'm a universal citizen. I come from Africa and nature is my teacher. That's why we have teachings that are entirely unique from what the world's spirituality is. Whatever there be in spirituality, if it is not in alignment with nature, it will produce temporary palliative result and will bring you back to the mud. So every spiritual knowledge, every philosophy, if it is true, it must be able to prove itself in nature and from nature. And there's more to learn. I have about 33 books or more, and go online and start searching for them. And I will be in America, but today is Monday. I'm speaking to you from Ghana. Tomorrow I'm flying to the United States, and all going well, I'll be speaking to you. I'll be doing this program again from the United States. So keep watching, and I'll be teaching this once again. And since you cannot teach the same thing twice, it means you are going to hear other pieces of this that I've not said in this program. Thank you very much for listening. Let me invite you now to take a moment to allow the eyes to close. Be still and listen to every sensation in your body temple. With your in-breath, scan from the soles of your feet to the crown of the head. And with the out-breath, scan from the crown of the head to the soles of your feet, feeling every sensation in your body temple. This practice alone can bring great healing to your body temple. And now bring to your awareness the truth that life cannot evolve itself as you and not take care of you. Bring yourself to the awareness that the moment you were born, your mother's breasts were filled with milk. In the first milk, colostrum, contained the antibiotics your body needed to immunize you. This confirms to you that it's life's intention to go ahead of you, providing what you need before you needed it. See that truth for yourself. My mother's breasts were filled with milk before I was even born, or just as I was born. Life has gone ahead of me, providing what I need before I needed it. And this confirms to you that life's plan is to always be ahead of its creation, providing what its creation needs before they would even need it. That being so, life, the creative, love, intelligent universe, is providing all that you must have, do or be, before you would even think of them. This is why Yeshua taught that if you, even being human, know how to give good things to your children, how much more your Heavenly Father, Mother God, the creative, love, intelligent universe, knows how to provide before you would need. It's life good pleasure for you to have the kingdom. It's life good pleasure for you to have what you want to have, do what you want to do, and be what you want to be. That promotes life. So now take a breath and feel you at the point of birth, wherever your soul knows that to be. And feel you from birth to age 6. Bring to mind anything that reminds you of that period. And in this period, make the statement loud in your soul, no one hearing. I am willing to have all that the creative, love, intelligent universe has planned for me. I am willing to have all that the creative, love, intelligent universe has planned for me. Feel you experiencing this from birth to age 6. I'm willing to have all that the creative, love, intelligent universe has planned for me. I'm willing to have means you're no longer going to be determined by you can't have. In this same period, birth to age 6, say this also after me then. I'm willing to have all that the creative, love, intelligent universe has in store for me. I'm willing to have all that the creative, love, intelligent universe has in store for me, and experience that for some moments. Think of what life could possibly be planning in store for you. The life that went ahead of you, providing the breast milk before you could even talk, or pray, or think. I'm willing to have all that the creative, love, intelligent universe has in store for me. And then in the same period declare, I'm willing to be all that the creative, love, intelligent universe is seeking to be through me. I'm willing to be all that the creative, love, intelligent universe is seeking to be through me. I'm willing to be all that the creative, love, intelligent universe is seeking to be through me. And feel that happening. Feel you vulnerable, surrendered for the magnificence of life to be what is seeking to be through you. Experience that. Let your every in-breath embrace the creative, love, intelligent universe. With the out-breath, we make the declaration. And you can now take a slow, deep breath, and with the out breath, you declare loud in your soul, I'm willing to have what the creative, love, intelligent universe has planned for me, and I'm willing to have what the creative, love, intelligent universe has in store for me, and I'm willing to be what the creative, love, intelligent universe is seeking to be through me. And feel this happening from birth to age 6. And with that, we are ending the session shortly. We will repeat this process also in one session for age 7 to 12, the teenage years of age 13 to 19, and depending upon your age, your adult years from age 20 to present time. And then from present time for the next 100 years. So you walk into the future that you have created. The only future you can guarantee is the one that you have created, and you are creating it now. Now take a breath, let it bring you fully to your body temple, and scratch gently the left nostril, then rub the right nostril. Repeat the process and bring it to an end. Allow the eyes to open. Thank you. End of session. I bless you. And with this, we bring the program to an end. This is Ethereum Mission, the Center for Spiritual Empowerment and Life Mastery. I'm Brother Ishmael Tete, the founder, speaking this secret teaching to you. I trust it's benefited you. Please keep on posting your comments on our platform, and like and subscribe to all of our links and pages. So together, we continue to grow, and you'll also be able to receive more of these for your consumption. Thank you. Bye-bye.